All right, if you want to increase your sexual market value, and this is always going to lead to having more women, does not make life a lot easier for a lot of my fellas out here? I would think so. But when it comes to your sexual market value, it means that you got to be, first of all, focusing on what you need to be doing as a man that women naturally like, but what can make you more in your masculine nature, right? So let's just say if a woman makes you question yourself every time she says you're not strong enough, get in the gym. Something as simple as that. Now, sometimes I feel like some of y'all want me to talk about something like, okay, go and have multiple women that could help you. Those things can help you, right? But don't just let that be your focus when a woman might be looking for a man that is showing masculinity. If she's looking for a future husband, wanting long term. If she wants these things, she's not looking for a little boy. And when I talk about little boy, I'm talking about mindset. Do y'all know a lot of women be like, he's such a little boy, or his mindset is so childish? I'm not even lying. And y'all know women your age actually mature faster. I know sometimes some people don't want to believe that, but women have this mindset regardless. So you might just say, oh no, she's immature and she's my age, or she's older. That could be the case, but her mindset is like, he needs to be manning up more. And manning up more, again, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, means what are you missing that could help you increase yourself. Never be too goofy. If you're gonna be goofy, just don't at least be too goofy. Don't be somebody that she's like, oh, I can't take serious. At least have a serious side. You're better off being more of a serious guy than unserious, which makes her feel like I can never take him serious. In other words, these are things that women talk about that they get so literally uninterested and get turned off by. So other things, like I said in the beginning of the video, that I'm gonna get into more details in a second. And you know, for some of y'all that can't wait, I'm talking about when you do have other options, what it does to a woman and things about that sort. But hold on, I'm not gonna say it yet because I gotta let y'all know consultations will always be available for y'all. And if you want to get on the line, you can go ahead and get on the line by clicking the link. Now, when I say always available, I have more options. So since they've been available, I have options that actually give you other things that it's not directly one-on-one, email consultations, video consultations, and much more. And I have other products that can help you. So if you do want to go ahead and check them out, you definitely can by clicking the link down below. And y'all do know I have sales going on with like my no contact guide and journal. Shout out to everybody that has gotten it. And I get so happy when it's been helping y'all and y'all been telling me that. And y'all, I would go more into details, but if you want to learn more about it and want to get the great deal, click the link down below. And I gotta let y'all know, especially for the new people, Patreon, yes, Patreon, all the exclusive content, all the behind the scenes, what women want y'all to be doing in the bedroom. Yeah, I be honest, uncut, but I can't do it on YouTube. I could do it on Patreon. If you want to see it and you don't want to miss out, get on Patreon. And if you're not on Patreon, you could get on YouTube membership, but I do recommend Patreon because there is a community being built there. And per usual, do not forget about my other Patreon. Just gotta let y'all know, shout out to everybody that has already became a member. Now back to what I was saying, for the people that are excited, that want to hear about how, oh, if I just have Natalie and I was dating Letitia, I can make Letitia jealous by getting Natalie in one of my pictures. That's not really what I'm referring to. It's really more of the idea of you actually can get other females. Women do not want the guy that nobody wants. When she sits with her girl, she's talking about like, well, I don't think he can get a girl. Like, why am I even with him? Right? Or she could be saying something like, you know, I don't really understand him. Like, has he ever dated? Or it could be like this, which a lot of y'all are aiming for. And it could be looking like, oh, she gets on the line, she's so into you, she doesn't even really know what else to say that's negative, because sometimes women like to downplay you, or they have double standards going on, or they feel like they're better than you, that sorts of stuff. But what she won't do is doing that type of stuff with you, because oh man, like I feel like he might play me because I know he can get other females. Or the way he moves, he's so experienced. Like, how many girlfriends does he have? Right? It's not the idea of like, man, he's such a player, or he's always with women. They could say those things and it could work, but that's not where you're really aiming for. You're aiming for where she feels like, man, with this guy, like I don't even want to lose him. Like with this guy, like he's helping me want to be a better woman. That's what you want. And obviously we know if we're talking about masculinity, being more in it, right? This is what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Can you do to be more masculine? It'll look like, how can you become more of a leader? She wants to be a part of your life because you know how to show which way to go. You know, I hear so many times women talk about like, Well, men don't know how to lead women, so how could we follow them? And you know, this is where they kind of can lack accountability. I'm not going to say they're wrong. Some of them can be, but there's times where they're right. But the reason why they lack accountability, because they're not necessarily checking their behavior, but they are throwing it back at y'all to still say that, like, you got to still do better. So I'm saying she could use it as an excuse not to be a better woman. You get what I'm saying? Where she doesn't really want to change. She has issues too. Like, she doesn't want to admit it. Double standards once more. And hypergamy applies to that. But then she will turn it back onto men and say, well, he's so weak. He can't even pick a date. Like, he can't even pick a location. Every time we go on a date, I gotta tell him. Like, I told him what I love to eat. He can't even say this Chinese restaurant. You get what I mean? Things as basic as that. Then things such as, like, he can't even set a goal and commit to it. He does it half-assed. You know I don't curse or cuss, but hey, I kind of mess up. So just remember these things she's saying. When she does say these things, it's gonna make you look bad. So crucial for you to make sure that you're leading in areas. Again, your weakness is what you want to still work on, because your strength is already up. You can keep working on that, but your weakness will remain weak or decrease, which is not a good thing, right? And let's get into the question. What is your weakness? What do you feel like either women recognize it, or you should know for yourself, but you got to work on that is a weakness? And I want to give you all some examples. As I said, you don't know how to lead. You don't know how to commit. Maybe you don't know how to be committed to one woman. I know a lot of guys out here that don't believe in monogamy. They're polygamous, right? Whatever that word is. They want options. They want plenty. And I'm not saying you can't have that, but I'm just saying if you want a woman that, again, as I said in my beginning of the video, that wants one man or has future plans, is ready to settle down, all sorts of stuff of that sort, then you gotta align yourself with that. It's almost asking for something that is against what you believe and thinking that it's going to remain in your life. That's like nearly impossible. It can really only be temporarily in your life, even if it became something that's been around longer than you expected. So because we're getting to the end of the video, I want y'all to really understand the importance of you putting yourself as like that higher version of a man. Sometimes you might hear people say, like, look at a man that you aspire to be, or somebody that, like, you're like, oh, okay, he has his stuff together, or man, he be in the gym, like that sorts of stuff. You can do that, but my main focus will still be like, throw it back onto you. If you're increasing your SMV, what is it that you're still recognizing you shy away from? You're weaker when it gets to doing it. So you can't follow through, in other words. You get what I'm saying? If y'all have questions and concerns, definitely let me know down below and I'll answer it. I'll be in the comment section, so don't be afraid. And y'all know I always tell you, I love when you guys interact with each other. Shout out to y'all for helping out each other. So I love y'all. Per usual, I'm gonna tell you, take care of yourself. Make sure you doing that. It is crucial. And don't forget about the links. And I'll talk to y'all very much soon. Bye, y'all.